Well, welcome to the halfway point. This is week 3. And in week 3, we're going to talk about the normal curve. So we'll start out by talking about something called z-scores. And what we use z-scores for, it's a way to standardize scores so that we can compare two different scores or two different data points. A z-score actually tells us how many standard deviations something is away from the mean, and it will tell us if it's left or right of the mean. So we should all be a little familiar with standard deviation because we talked about it in week 1. We will be investigating the normal curve and its properties, which one of them is that the bell-shaped curve is symmetric across the mean. Then in the section 2, we'll talk about the empirical rule. Really, the empirical rule is a special rule that is just for normal curves, and it's kind of a shortcut. It shows the probability of something lying within certain boundaries, like a data point or scores. And this week relates the probability that we learn to normal curves. Section 3 talks about the area under a normal curve and its relationship to probability. Shows us how probability and normal curves work together. So for instance, maybe we have something like a test score of a student in a class, and we randomly pick that student, and we want to know the chances of that student getting a B on that test. We can use the probability of normal curves to figure this out. Then in the last section, we talk about the central limit theorem. This week we focused on the normal curve, but what happens when you don't have exactly a normal curve? We can use a central limit theorem in that case. As always, remember that there's learning checks after each section and then the knowledge check at the end. So make sure you spend a little bit of every day in this course so you don't fall behind. Also, if you have any questions, make sure that you ask in the discussion board, the Q&A, and you can also ask me, of course, either through email, text, or phone. Also remember that you must save some time for the midterm. So the midterm will be after you completed the week 3 knowledge checks. Make sure that you study for the midterm, and hopefully you've been keeping note cards of all the concepts and definitions and formulas that you can organize and study from. So have a good week and best wishes.